On this week's episode of What's Up Weekly, hear what IU students have to say about Punxsutawney Phil.
And we get updates from students who are abroad this semester. What's Up Weekly starts now.
Hello and welcome to the 23rd season premiere of What's Up Weekly. We are so excited to have you here. I'm Ashton Hackman.
And I'm Callie Lichter. It has been exceptionally cold lately, and now we have the potential to get dumped with snow.
With it now being February, the annual tradition of Groundhog Day is all the talk, so we took to the streets to find out what people think will happen.
The shadow means more winter, right? So I would really like for him to not see his shadow because I'm from Florida and it gets cold out here, and I'd like for it to warm up quicker. But I think Indiana being Indiana, he's definitely gonna see his shadow, or whichever the colder one is.
I want the groundhog to see. Wait, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you want winter?
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so you want him to see his shadow.
Okay, I want him to see his shadow because I like winter.
Groundhog's Day is like February 2nd or 1st. Do you believe in like the whole...
I mean, not really, but it's fun to celebrate. It's something different, and, you know.
What is your prediction for this year? Do you think he will see his shadow or not?
I think he's gonna see his shadow.
For Groundhog's Day, I haven't really been updated, but whichever means spring is coming.
And do you want spring to be here?
Yes. Very, very.
Are you not
very.
cold weather people?
No.
Now, talking with everyone, I noticed something in common. No one really seems to quite know the difference if he sees his shadow or not, but everyone agrees that spring needs to come fast.
Yeah, winter has just been brutal. Plus, the sun stays out longer during the summer, too, so I hope he doesn't see his shadow. What do you think?
Well, it was warm this week, but we're going to get a winter storm, too, right in the same week, so I'm pretty sure he's probably going to see his shadow, but spring definitely needs to come.
Hopefully. And it's been a month into the semester, and IU students have started to acclimate to the new COVID rules. But what if you had to acclimate to them abroad? Towards the end of last semester, with the rise of the Omicron variant, there was hesitancy about the spring semester study abroad programs. As of January 5th, the IU Office of Overseas Studies released a statement that spring semester programs will continue as normal despite the pandemic. IU sophomore Luke Turner is currently in Amman, Jordan, on a semester abroad with an IU Overseas Study program. Unlike in the U.S., he says that COVID restrictions are uniform across the country. Jordan requires masks and proof of vaccination. Turner said the other day he had to show his vaccine card to get into a McDonald's. He says that he needed to adjust to the new rules in Amman.
Wow, it is different, right? You know, because whenever there's a sign that says wear your mask or show your COVID vaccine card, people do it, and that's just been an interesting dynamic to see happen. So
we hope Luke has a great rest of the semester in Jordan. You may have noticed some bunny new move in on the square. We have Indiana Coté, owner of Skulls and Bunnies, here in the studio with us today. Thank you so much for joining us and being the first guest of the semester.
Thank you for having me.
So first off, let's start. What is the history behind Skulls and Bunnies?
So I originally started reselling because I was really interested in making my closet more sustainable. I really wanted to make sure that I was making conscious choices and conscious choices regarding our environment. So I really started with thrifting my own clothes, and then I noticed that certain things sold really well, and I started reselling on Depop and Poshmark and those kinds of sites. And then that brought me to become interested in vintage denim and lingerie and other clothing, so really just grew from there.
I love the sustainability aspect.
Yeah.
And I've seen you do live streams before you got your brick and mortar store.
Right.
So how does being online compare to being in an actual storefront?
It is very different. I think the most different aspect of being in the store is you get to try on multiple different pieces and see how they look. I've had customers that really enjoy putting a whole outfit together, which is really fun, and that's something that you don't really get when you're shopping online. So it is very different.
What's the process you go about in order to find pieces that you include in your store?
So everything, again, is sustainably sourced. So it's either thrifted or bought from an estate sale, or I have multiple different pickers around the country, actually, that will send me things from like California. So it's amazing.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I know that curating vintage items is such a rewarding process. So what's one of the items that you found that's like left you in complete and total awe?
So my best thrifting find thus far was actually a pair of Louis Vuitton dress pants. They're like high-waisted black trousers,
Wow.
and I found them on a dollar rack at a store. So the tag was like falling off a little bit, and I think some people just passed them by, but they fit me perfect. I still have them to this day. I'm probably never going to get rid of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
A lot of people today try to put themselves out there, really express themselves. How do you go about expressing yourselves through not only your store, but also the clothing that you have there as well?
Yeah. Obviously, clothing is really important to me, or I wouldn't sell it. I'm an artist. I'm a ballet major at the Jacobs School, so art is really important to me, and I really love to express myself and kind of make my life more beautiful through my clothing. It's really about like a collection and looking at your clothing and being proud of it.
That's such a cool way to look at it.
Yeah.
But so what's your favorite item that you sell? Like whether it's a specific item or a type of item?
Well, I think my favorite clothing to sell would be vintage denim, because that's where my business began. But I actually have a favorite item in the store, and right now it's this beautiful vintage Dior bag. And it's like lime green, and it's a shoulder bag, which is super in right now. It's got fur. It's really cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You mentioned vintage denim. What is the process behind that whole aspect?
Yeah, so I still sell my customized denim on Etsy and also my website. I take people's measurements, like their hip, waist, thigh, and then they can select their color and amount of distressing. So yeah, it's pretty easy, actually.
So I guess besides denim, if you had to sell one item for the rest of your life, or I guess collect one item, what would it be?
That's tricky, because I definitely love my denim. I have an entire wall in my room dedicated to it. I would say like maybe silk slips. I really adore those. And silk is getting really hard to find. If you see it in a store nowadays, it's very expensive. So I love silk.
New year, new image. What are your goals for Skulls and Bunnies in 2022?
I definitely want to make sure that everyone knows I'm here. So, I mean, doing this is great. I want to make people more aware that they can have a really beautiful closet that is also sustainable, especially in a town like Bloomington, where we're all very like eco-friendly. And yeah, I just want to juggle all my interests and keep the store up and going.
Indiana, thank you so much for taking the
Thank you
time
so
coming in and
much.
talking with us,
Yeah.
and best of luck with the new store.
Thank you.
And coming up after the break, we have this week's latest trending topics.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. After taking a break from music in 2016, singer Rihanna has been no stranger to rumors about her private life, but earlier this week, the Umbrella singer and rapper A$AP Rocky gave a glimpse of what's been going on in their world.
That's right. After weeks of speculation by some eagle-eyed fans, the couple released photos on Monday of Rihanna's baby bump. The couple had been friends for years, with A$AP being featured in a campaign for Rhee's makeup brand Fenty Beauty. In March of 2020, right as they started dating, Rihanna told British Vogue that the only thing that matters is happiness. That's the only healthy relationship between a parent and a child. That's the only thing that can raise a child truly, is love.
Congrats to the soon-to-be parents. So Riri, if you're watching this, when are you dropping that next album?
So true. Well, here's a piece of news to really hit your childhood. Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song are engaged.
The Home Alone actor and Sweet Life star have been a couple for 4 years already. They just recently welcomed their first child, Dakota, last April. No word yet on an official date for the wedding, but People magazine reports the couple will tie the knot soon. Also, more engagement news to All the Boys star Lana Condor is also recently engaged. The bride-to-be is engaged to Anthony De La Torre, who she has been with for 6 years now. The two are already co-parents of 2 adorable dogs. Condor posted her reaction to the engagement on Instagram. Congrats to both couples. It should be pretty exciting.
So exciting for both pairs of fiancés, and Lana and Anthony already look like great parents together.
The Free Britney movement took the world by storm last year, but the conservatorship drama hasn't come to an end. Now Britney's sister Jamie Lynn is fighting with the Hit Me Baby One More Time singer over her hand in the conservatorship.
In July, Jamie Lynn hit back at reporters that she was on the Spears payroll. After a few talk show appearances and a new memoir, the Zoe 101 actress has denied benefiting from her sister and even claims she tried to get her out of it. In response, Britney says that Jamie Lynn was never around her much and calls her lies slanderous. Following a 2-part tello on the podcast Call Her Daddy, Britney ordered a cease and desist against her sister. Part of the letter read, "Although Britney has not read and does not intend to read your book, she and millions of her fans were shocked to see how you have exploited her for monetary gain. She will not tolerate it, nor should she." The last of the drama came after Britney posted a scathing Instagram post against her sister late this month. Hopefully the sisters are able to handle things behind the scenes and come to a mutual agreement.
On the bright side, at least Britney is free and is able to live her authentic life.
It's been in theaters for more than a month, but the latest Spider-Man movie is still going strong at the box office.
No Way Home has surpassed the $1 billion sales mark in international box office sales. It becomes just the 10th movie to reach that accomplishment, despite not yet even being released in China. Since its release, it has earned more than $1.7 billion, passing the total earnings of Jurassic World and The Lion King. Sing 2 was among the other movies to top the list this weekend. Now, I have not seen the movie, but most of my friends have, and they are still talking about it.
Oh my gosh, I saw it in December and I'm still talking about it. Definitely one of my favorite Marvel movies of all time.
And that's what's up this week. Tune in next week for more local and entertainment news.
Be sure to follow us on social media. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at IUSTV News.
For What's Up Weekly, I'm Ashton Hackman.
And I'm Tally Lichter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.